Navin Lalu's streaming network, specialist in clean audio, multiple camera angle view and a photo slide for Navin Lalu's streaming network, specialist in clean audio, multiple camera angle view and a photo slide for professional live streaming. Call Navin at 335-0205. Navin Lalu, bringing real-time events to you and yours. Navin Lalu's streaming network. Call him 335-0205. Also available fantastic drone footage. Navin's streaming network. Ram Trans Company Limited, 20 and 40 feet container trailers, flatbed trailers, office number 663-4427, 663-4078-242-1746. Ram Trans Company Limited, 20 and 40 feet container trailers. Ramgas Sales and Services Limited, transport contractors. We are next to your kitchen, located 19 Bassie Street, Spring Village in Valsayn. For more info, call 663-4078, 663-4GAS 242-1746. WhatsApp number 3134GAS. Authorized distributors of NP LPG gas, 20 and 100 pound cylinders and gas tankers.
रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय
हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि
हरि बोल हरि बोल बोल बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
ओ राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
ओ राधा रमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल
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 हरि
हरि
बोल
बोल
हरि 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 बोल हरि
हरि बोल
बोल
हरि
हरि
बोल
बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल बोल बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल बोल बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल बोल बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल बोल बोल
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, 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 जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल।
Bhagavan ki jai. So my dear devotees, at this time we are about to begin satsang for this evening. As is customary, let us all clasp our hands, bow our heads as we spend these few moments. Submission to the lotus-like feet of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. That Param Atma, to that soul, that supreme soul, from him we have all come, and to him one day we all desire to return to. Tonight, as we dedicate this offering, we pray for that departed soul here in his home at this time, that Bhagwan may be gracious upon us and bless her very specially. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namah. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabam Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasadresham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Virgyanagam Vande Vishnum Bhavaiharam Sarvalokekanathanam. Shri Krishna Kushalam Karotu Bhavatam Data Prajanam Sukham Nirvignam Gananayaka Pratidinam Bhanu Pratabshovaram. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And together we all chant. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajumana Harana Bhavabhay Darunam Navakanjalochanam Kanjamukpad Kanjapad Kanjadunam. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Kandarapa Aganita Chavinava Nila Niraj Sundaram Patapita Manu Taru Taru Jisuchi Naumi Jana Kasutavaram. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajuman Harana Bhavabhay Darunam Navaranjalochan Kanjamukpar Kanjapar Kanjarunam. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Bajudina Bandhu Dinesh Danav Dejavanshiti Kandaram Raghunanda Anand Kosha Chandan Dasharath Nandarunam. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ramachandra कृपालु भजुमन हरन भव भय दारुणम नवकंजलोचन कंजपद कंजा कंगनम श्रीराम 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 सिर मुकुट कुंडल तिलक चारु उदारु अंगविभूषणम आजानुभुज सर चाप कर संघाम जित कर दोषणम श्रीराम 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 श्रीरामचंद्र कृपालु भजुमन हरन भव भय दारुणम नवकंजलोचन कंजपुक पर कंदारुणम श्रीराम 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 इति भरत तुलसी शंकर शेष रंजनम मम हृदय कंज निवास कुरु कुरु कामादिकर गंजनम श्रीराम 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 श्रीरामचंद्र कृपालु भजुमन हरन भव भय दारुणम नवकंजलोचन कंजमुख पर कंजपद कंदारुणम श्रीराम 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 प्रेम से बोलो श्री राजा रामचंद्र की जय. Before we begin, my dear devotees, let me lift up our voices as we chant that name of Bhagwan Shri Ram. That name of Bhagwan Shri Ram that has the power to bring about transformation, the name which can bring about elevation to mankind in this world. And of course, that name of Bhagwan Shri Ram, which can free us from the cycle of birth and death. And most importantly, my dear devotees, that name, when chanted, can bring about moksha to that individual. That is the great power of this name, Shri Ram. It is said, Ram Ram Bhaju Ram Ram Bhaju Ram Ram Siya Ram. That name, my dear devotees, which has the power to bring about the grace and blessings of Bhagwan Shri Ram himself. So together, my dear devotees, and Goswami Tulsidas, he beautifully says to us, Bandao Bal Rupa Sohi Rama, Sabha Vidhi Sulava Jagat Pata Jini Mana. That Lord himself, Lord Shiva, he meditates upon that glorious image, Madhyara Purushottam, that most excellent being, Shri Ram. Bhagwan Shiva himself, that is the Lord, he sits and he japes Ram, Ram, Ram. That is the Lord. Bhagwan Shiva, he meditates upon, that he pays homage to, that Bhagwan Shri Ram. And Bhagwan Shri Ram, Bhagwan Lord Shiva says, I bow to the form of Ram, the name of Ram and the Leela of Ram. There's a dialogue that took place between Parvati Devi and Bhagwan Shiva. And Parvati Devi is saying to Bhagwan, the Lord, the world all over praise to you. But you praise to that Lord Ram. Who is this Ram? Who is this Bhagwan Shri Ram that the world, that you are praying to. And he says, not only that, name of the Lord I pray to, but the form of the Lord and the leela of the Lord I make prostrations unto. For he says there is no difference between the name and the glories, the form of Bhagwan Sri Ram. That is the greatness Goswami Tulsidas he placed on that name of Sri Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Bandhav Bala Roop Sohi Rama. Sab vidhi sulava jate pati jana. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Janam janam muni jatan karai. अंत राम कही आवत नाई. श्री राम जय जय राम. श्री राम जय जय राम. कैसे मत जातु अभिलोका, जासु नाम बल करहि ऋषोका. Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama. Bhagwan Goswami Tulsidas, he says to us, Janam janam muni jatan talai, ant ram kahi avat nahi. Birth after birth, the rishis, the munis, they come into this world trying to remember that name of Bhagwan Sri Ram at the time of birth, of death, so that when their life will leave this body, they will free themselves from the cycle of birth and death. But sometimes, Goswami Rishi tells us, we come into this world, yes, and we begin to live in this world, and we forget the main purpose of this very God's given gift to each and every one of us. You know, it is said, when we were in our mother's womb, we prayed, Bhagwan, give us a safe journey into this world, and I will never forget you. So there and then you made a promise. And you know what they said? Promises are made to be broken. So election time round the corner. And all the promises they're making for you. And when election done, all the promises done. Yes. So we made that promise and said, oh Bhagwan, listen to this promise and this desire of ours. And he gave us a safe birth into this world. And we said, Lord, if we come into this world, we will never forget you. And you know, we come into this world, and we start to live into this world. And all the attachments and the joys of this world. And we begin to forget that promise that we made to Bhagwan. And we start to follow the worldly attachments of this world. And we forget this statement. Janama janam muni jatana karare, anta ram kai avatanai. Bhagwan Sri Ram, Goswami Tulsidas is saying, birth after birth. But how can we free ourselves from the cycle of birth and death? Bhagwan Sri Ram, Tulsidas says, is through the repetition of the name Sri Ram. राम नाम मणि दीप धरो जी हरे हरिद्वार तुलसी भीत बारे हो जो चाहसी उजियार राम सिया राम जय जय राम 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 राम नाम मणि दीप धरो जी हरे हरिद्वार तुम्हारे राम सिया राम जय जय राम 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 Goswami Tulsidas says to us, that name Ram Nam Mani Deep, that name is like a deep, a light. It's a money is a gem. That name which brings illumination to us, the power to dispel all our sins and bring blessings. That is the power of the name Shri Ram, that Goswami Tulsidas Ji, he glorifies tonight to us. That light which dispels the negative aspects of our life. And we can keep chanting him, Ram, 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 Bhajan, Ram, Ram, Ram. Let me ask you a question. How much time today you chant the name Ram? None. Yeah? Have we made that promise, Bhagwan, give me a safe birth into this world and I will never forget you. Goswami Tulsidas, you see my devotees, Ramayan is a prescription. It is a guide for mankind for a fruitful life here and the hereafter. I know everybody busy, no? We all busy, yeah, Rishi? Rishi more than all of you here. When you come in a day here, you see Rishi spinning. But such is life. But we must find the time, my devotees. We must find the time. We can't wait to say, when I'm going to dead, I will remember the name. I will spend a whole week and I will chant out the name of Bhagwan Ram. And when that time comes, I will free myself. You think it's so easy? It ain't so easy at all. For those of you who experience death in your family, you will know that is not so easy. But Bhagwan, he's teaching us tonight through the medium of Goswami Tulsidas Ji. If we can remember the name of Bhagwan Shri Ram, we all on a spiritual quest. How far spiritual are you? To answer that question, answer this question. If you bounce your toe or you squeeze your finger, what's the first thing that's come out your mouth? No, God, I sure it's not. It's not Jai Shri Ram. You see? You could have lost your toenail, you could have break your toe, you could have damaged your hand. All these things could have happened. What's the first thing they say, Rishi? Oh, God. You can't say it here. Bhagwan is teaching us tonight, my dear devotees. These are the little things. Pundit Jiwanji, please come. Please come. Rish, Pundit Jiwan. Welcome, Ji Pundit. So these are the little things that Goswami Tulsidas Ji is saying to us. Every day we must try. Find 1 minute of the day. We have 24 hours in a day, 12 we sleep. 12 we make sure we sleep. We have to get the rest. The other 12 we have to work and everything else with it. But we must always find the time, my dear devotees, to chant the name of Bhagwan. Because you know what? When the final moment will come, we have to remember this name, Bhagwan Shri Ram, this name of Shri Ram. But the only way we can remember this name, my dear devotees, is constantly chanting this name. And when we can constantly chant this name, day after day, night after night, then when you bounce your toe or you squeeze a finger, the first thing will come out your mouth is Jai Shri Ram. See, my dear devotees, when we come to satsang like these, is yes, we come to support the family. But you know what? We come to uplift ourselves through the messages and the teachings that will come. To make ourselves better, my dear devotees. Each day that go by, we are getting older in this life. Each day, we are coming closer to our Maker. And each day we must try to put things in place so that when that final moment will come, we'll have that blessings accumulated and we will be the reapers of that blessings. So Goswami Tulsidas is saying beautiful as Ram, Ram, Ram. Chant the name of Bhagwan Sri Ram and all shall be well. So knowing this, let us lift our voices. Ram, Ram, Bhaju Ram, Ram, Bhaju Ram, Ram, Siya Ram. Ram, Ram, Siya Ram, Bhajale. Ram, Ram, Siya Ram. Bhaju Ram, Ram, Siya Ram. Bhaju Ram, Ram, Siya Ram. Ram, Ram, Bhaju Ram, Ram. Ram, Ram, Siya Ram. Ram, Ram, Siya Ram, Bhajale. Ram, Ram, Siya Ram. O Bhaju Ram, Ram, Siya Ram. Bhaju Ram, Ram, Siya Ram. Bhaju Ram, Bhaju Ram, Bhaju Ram, Bhaju Ram. Bhaju Ram, Bhaju Ram, Bhaju Ram, Bhaju Ram. Ram, 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 Bhaju Ram, Ram, Siya Ram. Ram, Ram, Siya Ram, Bhajale. Ram, Ram, Siya Ram. Bhaju Ram, Ram, Siya Ram. Bhaju Ram, Ram, Siya Ram. धर्म काज पृथ्वी पर आए, दशरथ जी का पुत्र कहाए। दशरथ जी का पुत्र कहाए। जनकपुरी शिव में धनु तोरा, सती सिया संग नाता जोरा। सती सिया संग नाता जोरा। सिया पिया बन राम प्रभु, कहरा रे सीताराम। भजु राम, राम भजु राम। भजु राम, राम भजु राम। भजु राम, भजु राम, भजु राम, भजु राम। सिया राम, सिया राम, सिया राम, सिया राम। राम, राम भजु राम, 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 राम सिया राम। राम, राम सिया राम, भजले। राम, राम सिया राम। भजु राम, राम सिया राम। भजु राम, राम सिया राम। पिता वचन का पालन हारे, राजपात तज बन कुसियारे। राजपात तज बन कुसियारे। विश्वामित्रा यज्ञ करावे, सती अहिल्या तारन वारे। सती अहिल्या तारन वारे। पंचवती को बना दिया एक राजा राम गढ़ान। राम, राम सिया राम। राम, राम सिया राम। राम, राम भजु राम, 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 राम भजु राम। राम, राम भजु राम, भजले। राम, राम भजु राम। भजु राम, राम सिया राम। भजु राम, राम सिया राम। भजु राम, भजु राम, भजु राम, भजु राम। सिया राम, सिया राम, सिया राम, सिया राम। राम से बड़ा राम का नाम, राम से बड़ा राम का नाम, राम से बड़ा राम का नाम। से बोलो राजा रामचंद्र की जय. You know, my dear devotees, Ravan was a great king of Lanka. A very learned Brahman devata, a Shiva Bhakt. But having acquired all the powers that he had, what he started to do? He started to use the powers not wisely. But at the end, my dear devotees, Ravan's destruction came from the hands of Bhagwan Sri Ram. But every moment of Ravan's life, you know what was his thought? To destroy Bhagwan Sri Ram. It is my opinion, my dear devotees, when Ravan was invited to the court of Janak, and the strong and powerful ones could not lift this bow and arrow, but this young little Brahman boy by the name of Shriram, the son of Dasharath, he came forward and he lifted this bow, he broke this bow. He brought shame to the brave and the mighty powerful ones like Ravan. And before Ravan stormed out of the palace of Dasharath, of King Janak, he began to abuse King Janak because he felt humiliated by a little boy named Ram. And from that day, my dear devotees, implanted in Ravan's mind was, how can I take revenge against this little boy? For this humiliation that he faced in Janak's palace. That was the beginning of the destruction of Sri Pawanaputta, Sri Ravan. He saw that little boy Ram as his enemy now. And in his mind, he had to take revenge. And so this hate began to grow in his mind for the Lord himself. You know anybody who hates the Lord, my dear devotees? Now some people don't believe in God. You know nobody who hates the Lord. They probably will hate you and I, you know. No, I go to make a speech, I say, my dear friends and enemies. Because in the audience there will be friends of yours and somebody here go like you. So you must address them, no disrespect to them. So my friends and enemies, welcome. So Ravan, my dear, there and then, after insulting Janak for that humiliation, he had this in his mind for Bhagwan Sri Ram. And from then he began to plot how he can take revenge. So my dear devotees, but you know, he always had the name of the Lord in his mind. Despite his ill intention, he always kept chanting the name. And fortunate for him, the last thing that he saw was that boy of Bhagwan Sri Ram, when he was shot with the arrow. He gained salvation through that name of Bhagwan Sri Ram. This is the power of Sri Ram, my dear devotees. And you know, it is said there is a holy city, one of the holiest cities in this world, by the name of Kashi. Kashi is said to be, my dear devotees, Jasu Nama Bali Shankara Kashi Deta Sabahi Samagata Avinashi. It is called Avichetra Mukti. It brings liberation to those who will die in Kashi. And our great scriptures tells us, this city was created by Lord Shiva himself for Sati to come and sport. He brought this city down with his Trishul, and it became his abode, the sporting ground of Sita Devi, Sati Devi. And when this world will be dissolved, it is said Bhagwan Shiva will take his Trishul and he will raise back that city of Kashi. But Bhagwan Shiva continues to says, those who die in Kashi, what will happen to them? So they are just saints. People are dying to die in Kashi. Why? What is the great importance of that city? It is said, my dear devotees, scriptures have it recorded. That soul, that person who is dying in Kashi, that appropriate moment, when that body will leave this, that life principle will leave this body, Lord Shiva himself, he comes there and he begins to recite, Ram, 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 Bhaju, Ram, 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 Bhaju, Ram, 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 Bhaju, Ram, 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 Bhaju, Ram, 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 Siya Ram, Ram, Ram. Bhagwan Shiva, my dear devotees, he comes there and he chants the name. As that soul is about to exit this body, he begins to recite the name of Bhagwan Shri Ram in that individual's air. And Garu Puran tells us, at the momentous time of death, when that soul will exit this body, whatever name or form that we remember, that will bring blessings to us. Who can remember the name of Bhagwan Shri Ram, Bhagwan Shri Krishna, Lord Vishnu? That soul will attain moksha. So, my dear devotees, this is why everybody is dying to die in Kashi. The wickedest of the sinners, the great sinners, they are all dying to go there. Because they know that is the spoken word of Lord Shiva. When that soul will be about to leave this body, and we can recite that name, that Lord Shiva will come and he will strike that name, freeing us from the cycle of birth and death. That is the greatest, my dear devotees, of this name, Shri Ram. See, my dear devotees, but constantly and continuously, we have to chant that name, so that when that time will come, we will remember the name of Shri Ram. But if we cannot remember the name, my dear devotees, then having this knowledge, when our near and dear ones, that time will come, we can afford them this opportunity by sitting at their side and chanting this name of Ram, Ram, Ram. So, my dear devotees, this is the greatest of that name that Goswami Tulsidas-ji, he narrates first. So, knowing the power of the name of Shri Ram, let us all chant. Rama milan kab ho, Rama milan kab ho, andi seva lagi rahe. Hari o Rama milan kab ho, andi seva lagi rahe. Hari o Rama milan kab ho, andi seva lagi. Hari o Rama milan kab ho, ande seva lagi rahe. Dehiya vatma mein indan pahiya, Dehiya ratva mein indan pahiya, Bhav ke pant chali ho, Bhav ke pant chali ho, Bhav ke pant chali, ande seva lagi rahe. Hari o Ram milan kab ho, ande seva lagi rahe. Hari o Ram milan kab ho, ande seva lagi rahe. जागत स्वप्न सुषुपित तुम्हारे, जागत स्वप्न सुषुपित तुम्हारे, जीतो तब राम मिले, जीतो तब राम मिले, जीतो तब राम मिले, अने सेवा लागी गए, हरियो राम मिलन तब हो, अने सेवा लागी गए। वेद पुराण शास्त्र बहु व्यंजन, वेद पुराण शास्त्र बहु व्यंजन, पातक बंज बलि, पातक बंज बलि, ओ पातक बंज बलि, हरि सेवा लागी रहे, हरियो राम मिलन तब हो, हरि सेवा लागी रहे, हरियो राम मिलन तब हो, हरि सेवा लागी रहे, हरियो राम मिलन तब हो, हरि सेवा लागी रहे। प्रेम से बोलो राजा रामचंद्र की जय। So my dear devotees, this evening, this home is confronted by death. And each and every one of us, my dear devotees, this time will come for each and every one of us. It is said when we were born into this world, we came with 5 things unknown to us. One of those things, my dear devotees, is the time of death, the place of death, and the cause and the cause of death. So when we were born into this world, recorded next to our names the date and the time of birth. But at that same moment, the recording secretary of Yamaraj Chitrangupta, they also, at that same moment as we breathed in our first breath, they recorded next to our names the time, the date, the time, the place, and the cause and the cause of death. Unknowing to us, Brahma, he came to that home where that birth took place, and he stamped in our foreheads, unknowing to all of us, our karmic action for this life. What we will have to enjoy and endure, and all the things that will happen to us in this life due to our karma, our past karma. All these things happen at that same point in time. And from there, my dear devotees, we begin to live into this world. Understand all that happens between birth and death is because of karma. Our past karma, my dear devotees. And Bhagavan Krishna says to us, for he is karma paladata. He who is the dispenser of our fruits of our actions. He is not the doer of our actions. We are the doer of the actions. He is just the rewarder. He rewards us according to our actions. So the moment we were born into this world, our karma begins to play with us. Just like we will put on a movie and the movie will begin, so too, my dear devotees. We will come here, and this karma of ours that we have brought in our last life, we begin to live this. And the laws of karma is nothing but the will of God due to our actions. So all the things that we enjoy in this life, all the happy times and everything else, along with all the sadness and disappointment in this life, is not the will of Bhagavan, but is our karmic actions in our last life. This is what we have done in our last life, and this is what we come to reap in this life. He rewards us according to our actions. And what we are doing in this life, my dear devotees, if when that time will come and we have to leave this world and we do not attain sadhana, dharma, moksha kada dwara, then we will have to be born into this world again. And the question to you tonight, my dear devotees, if by chance we have to come back into this world again, what state would we like to come back into? What we would like to enjoy in this world in our next life? What are the things that we will want to have? And all these questions can be answered by our actions in this life. When we sit here, we must also spend those moments introspecting our own selves for what we would like in the hereafter for us. Bhagavan Krishna said He is the rewarder. We are the doers of this action. We do the action and He rewards us. So by some chance, if in the next life we have to come back into this world, because Bhagavan Krishna says, "O Arjun, many are our births. You know them not, I know them all." If I ask Mike, I say, "What did you eat last week Friday?" And then it's Friday? Or Saturday? Friday? What did you eat Friday for breakfast? If you are accustomed eating doubles, it could be doubles. If you are accustomed like Pundit eating bread, it could be bread. We can't remember what we did a couple days ago. Bhagavan Krishna says, "I know them all. You know them not, Arjun." But always remember, my dear devotees, we are not sure of liberation. You know, it is said there are 4 yugas. The easiest of all of them to attain moksha is this yuga of Kali. But then you will say, "Why, Baba? Why Kali?" Kali has so much negative things that are happening in this world, so much wrong and so much evil. But Bhagavan Krishna says, because of all these wrong and evil that takes place in this age of Kali, just a little amount of devotion will please me and bring you to me. But in this yuga of Kali, what happens? So much vices that plague our society. And sometimes the niceties of these vices seems to be more enjoyable than living a spiritual life. So we get attracted to those things, my dear devotees, and our pathway goes into a different direction. And when we begin to follow that direction, we leave God by Himself and we go on our own. And sometimes too late shall we cry. But always remember, my dear devotees, we are on a spiritual quest. A spiritual journey we are all on. Yes, we have to work and accumulate and see about everything in the home and the family. This is our duty, and Bhagavan Krishna says, do our duty to the best of our ability. Make sure the home is happy and comfortable and sustained. The children is well taken care of, the wife and so forth. Do your best. You know, I must commend Mike. There's a statement, Pati Brata Dharma. This tells us the role of a wife in the home. And sometimes if I go to explain this in full details, one person tells me, "Baba, what do you feel? We are a maid, a slave, a servant to the husband?" But that is your duty. But the service Mike has performed, I am still looking for a phrase for that thing. To Andy Shubi. Such people are rare in this world. The blessings will be yours. So Bhagavan Krishna says, my dear friends, enjoy all this world has to offer. Live in this world, but do not become attached to this world. Do not fall for the sensual delights of this world. You know what's the sensual delights of the world, my dear devotees? All the things that will carry you away from God. all the distractions and the attractions that will take you further away from God. Bhagwan says no. He says, through your own actions, you are fashioning the destiny of your life here and the hereafter. And it's a good time for us to think about the direction in which our lives are going. Think about the ultimate purpose and the goal of this God's given gift. For Bhagwan Krishna says, कर्म से प्राणी जन्म लेता और कर्म से देख त्याग करते हैं सुख दुख. He says, beings are born in this world according to karma, in accordance with karma, and they also die because of karma. And all that one enjoys and endures between birth and death, happiness, sadness, the blessings, all is dependent on karma, the actions of all of us. Karma hi Ishwar, karma hi Guru, karma hi Jagat Pradhan. Karma is verily God and Guru. He is the substratum of the world. So says Bhagwan Krishna. So engage yourself in good karma. Perform good actions. Always remember, when we suffer in this world, it's because of some bad karma that we have performed. Everything that we live, when we have happiness in this world, is because of all the good karmas that we have done in this last life. Yeah? Bhagwan Krishna beautifully tells us. So, let's lift our voices as we say. Akshutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram Ramanarayanam Janaki Valaram Shri Radham Madhavam Gopika Vallabham Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram Bhaje. Akshutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Harim Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram Bhaje. Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram Bhaje. Akshutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Harim. कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, तुम मेरा की जैसे बुलाती नहीं, तुम मेरा की जैसे बुलाती नहीं. अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभं रामनारायणं. कौन कहते हैं भगवान का तू नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान काती नहीं, तेरा शबरी के जैसे खिलाती नहीं, तेरा शबरी के जैसे खिलाती नहीं. अच्युतम केशवम रामनारायण कृष्ण दामोदरम वासुदेवम हरिम श्रीधरम माधवम गोपिका वल्लभम जानकी नायकम रामचंद्रम भजे. अच्युतम केशवम रामनारायणं कृष्ण दामोदरम वासुदेवम हरिम. कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं, माया यशोदा की जैसे सुलाती नहीं, माँ यशोदा की जैसे सुलाती नहीं। अच्युतम केशवम अच्युतम केशवम राम नारायणम कृष्ण दामोदरम वासुदेवम हरिम, कृष्ण दामोदरम वासुदेवम हरिम, श्रीधरम माधवम गोपिका बलवम, श्रीधरम माधवम गोपिका बलवम। जानकी नायकम रामचंद्रम भजे, जानकी नायकम रामचंद्रम भजे, जानकी नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम। प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय। Beautiful bhajan, my dear devotees, that glorifies Bhagwan Shri Krishna. You know, when that final moment will come, we must be prepared. Because but how can we be prepared? Bhagwan Shri Krishna, he says to us, and it's very beautiful. Itna tu karna swami, jab pran tan se nikale. You know what is the prayer of that dying person? Lord Krishna. Govind naam lekar jab pran tan se nikale. The prayer of that dying person is my daily wishes, O Lord. Grant me this much, O Prabhu. When the soul is about to leave this body, O Prabhu, when that soul is about to depart this body, Itna tu karna swami, jab pran tan se nikale, Govind naam lekar jab pran tan se nikale. Let Govind. And who is Govind, my dear devotees? Govind is Lord Krishna. Let Govind be the last name I utter when the soul is about to leave this body. Shri Ganga ji ka tat ho, Yamuna ka tat nikat ho, मेरे श्यामल निकट जब प्राण तन से निकले. And as this soul is leaving my body, my dear devotees, may the waters of the Ganga be placed in my mouth. May I have that to drink as the soul is leaving. O Sham, may that body be blessed with that Ganga Jal when the soul is about to leave. Shri Vrindavan ka tal ho, Vishnu charan ka jal ho. May I have sips of the water that washes the feet of Bhagwan Shri Vishnu. Mukha mera tulsi dal ho, jab pran tan se nikale. May I have sips of that tulsi water when my soul is about to leave this body. जब कंठ प्राण में आवे, कोई रोग न सतावे, यमुना त्रास निकट हो, जब प्राण तन से निकले, जब प्राण तन से निकले. When my soul starts to leave this body, my throat will become parched, my throat will become dry. There's no way to stop this soul from leaving this body. Oh Lord, at this time, may I never see the face of Yamaraj, but may I always see your face of Govinda. That is a prayer, my dear devotees, for that final moment when we are about, when the soul is about to leave. And you know, fortunately, but I wouldn't say fortunately, my dear devotees, I would say by the blessings of Bhagavan, the life we live is the send-off that we will get. The life that we live is the send-off that we will get. I came to this home at 3 o'clock on Thursday with the call of Rishi and Michael and Diane. We sat in that room, and just as the poet has said to us, at that final moment, we began to worship Bhagwan Shri Krishna. The pujan of Lord Shri Krishna was done with the hands of Auntie Shugi. Despite all the pain that she may be experiencing, but the Lord afforded her that opportunity. She put the chandan, the sacred chandan mark on Bhagwan Krishna's forehead. She offered the flowers. She waved the sacred light to Bhagwan Krishna. She gave of Gita Dan, of Sona Dan, of Dakshina Dan, of Anna Dan to her Guru. And she sat there despite all the pain. Govinda naam lekar jab pran tan se nikle. She sat. She listened to the recitation of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, she listened. The name of Bhagavan being chanted. All these things, my dear devotees. The Purusukta was recited. All this was done at that final moment. How blessed is that soul. How blessed is that individual to have such done. And Bhagavan Krishna says, at the momentous time of death, if that person is afforded all of this, be assured that soul will find an eternal place in his abode. But it doesn't happen by accident. The life she lived, my dear devotees, afforded her this. The many people she helped, the many smiles she brought on people's faces, the good life, all the good things that she had done, these things, my dear devotees, that came back in the form of that blessings. Bhagavan Krishna beautifully says, who will lie on a deathbed made of loose grass? When that body is leaving, he is freed from all sins accumulated, knowingly or unknowingly. All this, my dear devotees, was afforded to Auntie Shu. But that is her blessing. That is her blessing that she had accumulated. All this was done in preparation. You know, my dear devotees, at that point in time, the soul was traveling. For those of you who know the term traveling, the soul is exiting the body. It doesn't happen right away. It takes some time. But that was the moment, my dear devotees. And it is said, those individuals who will make this puja, give up this gift of salt and black tail, all these things that were done to that person who is dying, great is the blessings of Bhagavan Krishna on that soul. This is the blessings that she worked for in her life. And this was the final moments that she enjoyed, although in so much pain. But she had that blessing to perform this great puja, to give of Gita, to listen of the chanting. You know, this Gita is in the momentous time of death when one can listen to Gita and to give Gita. Oh boy, indeed he is lucky. She is lucky to have done all of this. So we take solace that she has lived a great life, a good life. You know, every week, Uncle Michael and she used to be by my home. They always, every week, not a week will pass. Sometimes Auntie Shugi not well to come out of the car, but she comes to see her godfather. This is Guru Seva. And Guru Gita beautifully says, if we can serve the Guru, we attain that state of Bhagavan. So every week we used to see Mike and Shugi. Mike, we're going to see you now, right? So my dear devotees, we have all come to spend these few moments to pray for that soul of our departed, our beloved one. Near and dear to all of us, I am sure we have fond memories of her. And those memories will continue to live on with us. For she has been a great soul. She has done her duty as a wife, as a mother, as a grandmother, as a friend. She has performed her duty and she has done it well. And this is what Bhagavan says, come into this world, perform your duty. Never forget him. And when that time will come, you will assure a very special place in the hereafter. Her life has been an example for all of us. If we were to take a page from her life, we shall be in a better place. So my dear devotees, as we come to the end, we pray Bhagavan, accept this offering in good faith. We have done all of this in the name of our departed. May her blessings, may we be afforded that blessings of hers. May she enjoy the blessings of yours in a very special way. So my dear devotees, this brings us to the end. This evening recite Gita Dhyan. As we ask Bhagavan to bless that individual in a very special way. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Partaya Pratibhuvitam Bhagavate Narayane Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purani Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaita Amrata Varashi Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusadhanim Bhagavat Gite Bhavadveshinim Namoste Vyaasa Vishala Buddhe Pulara Vinda Yata Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharat Taila Purna Prajalito Jnanamaya Pradeepa Prapanda Parijataya Totra Vetra Kaparine Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gita Amrita Duhe Namah Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kansa Shanugamarganam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Bhishma Drona Tata Jayadata Jala Gandharun Devnanule Pala Shailya Grahavati Kripena Vahine Karnena Vilakula Ashvatama Vikata Karora Makara Dhuryodhana Vartini Stotri Nakahu Pandave Rananidhi Kevata Keshava Parashara Vacha Sarojam Amalam Gitartha Gandhota Katam Nana Kyanaka Kesharam Harikata Shambhodana Bhutanam Loke Shat Sajjana Shatpadai Raha Raha Pipe Papila Manaka Muda Bhuyad Bharat Pankajalam Kalimala Pradvansani Nashiyase Mokam Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Yete Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varuninda Rudra Maruta Stunvanti Devyastave Vedai Sangha Prabhopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyana Vastattaragate Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yashyantam Naviru Suragana देवाय तस्मै नमः नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्यागुणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ शान्ति 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 हरिः प्रेम से बोलो कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय राम नाम सत्य है On behalf of the immediate family, Michael, Rishi, Diane and all, thank you again for being here to join with them and yet another night in Satsangh for the departed soul. We pray that all that we have done, may Bhagwan Krishna receive in a very special way, and of course, may that soul be blessed in a very special way. As we know, the soul is here for these 10 days, the soul 15 days, the soul will remain here, and all that is done, the soul will enjoy all of this. They will gain the merits. More we can chant the name of Bhagwan, better for that soul. You know, my dear devotees, what brings happiness and comfort in this time to that soul is the name of Bhagwan. When more that we can chant of this, it brings happiness to that soul. So this is what we try to do every night. We try to chant the name so that that soul is here, that soul is listening. Unfortunately, I didn't get to reach that part of the soul and what happens to the soul and where the soul is and things that affect the soul and things that bring benefits and merits to the soul. All those things we didn't get to reach yet, but maybe on another time. But what we are doing here is what is prescribed, that we can sit and chant the name. This is the name of Bhagwan Krishna, Bhagwan Ram, Shri Vishnu Bhagwan. That brings comfort to that soul. It is up to us, the living, to take care of the soul. Just as we will take care of the body when the body will die, when that time of disposal is finished, now we must see our body, soul. And this is how we go about doing that, along with the Tilanjali and the Pinda, which we are doing every day. Yes. So, tomorrow night we continue with Satsang. You're all invited. Of course, my dear bhai, the uncle of Mike, Sri Ramayan Ji, will be here to deliver this course. So you are all invited to come, 6:37, support the family, chant the name as we uplift that soul to the consciousness of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Of course, tomorrow evening again, light refreshments are prepared, courtesy Diane. So, refreshments are prepared, please stay and party. Till tomorrow evening, my dear devotees, of course, special thanks to Pundit Vyaas ji, Pundit Jivan Maharaj ji, for taking the time to be here to give this family of their blessings. Thank you very much. Before I close, any comments? Baba? Sure? So, thank you again, everybody. Tomorrow evening, we come together as we listen to the greatness of Bhagwan's name. Jai Shri Ram.
Ram Trans Company Limited, 20 and 40 feet container trailers, flatbed trailers, office number 663-4427, 663-4078-242-1746. Ram Trans Company Limited, 20 and 40 feet container trailers. Ramgas Sales and Services Limited, Transport Contractors. We are next to your kitchen, located 19 Bassie Street, Spring Village in Valsayn. For more info, call 663-4078, 663-4GAS 242-1746. WhatsApp number 313-4GAS. Authorized distributors of NP LPG gas, 20 and 100 pound cylinders and gas tankers. Navin Lalu's streaming network, specialist in clean audio, multiple camera angle view and a photo slide for professional live streaming. Call Navin at 335-0205. Navin Lalu, bringing real-time events to you and yours. Navin Lalu's streaming network. Call him 335-0205. Also available fantastic drone footage. Navin's streaming network.